Okay. Let me sort of just talk through the race, how I saw it, because obviously I've got tons of clips, but even there were lots of things that were not shown that should probably be mentioned about this race. So, started off fairly normally, neutral rollout, no issues. Staying near the front in, uh, a wheel or two of the front because I know early in this race we're doing the bridge and the river crossing, and I just want to be able to see all right going through that and not be, the 20th, 50th guy through those sections. Um, but yes, I was good through the river. My bar, like, I don't know if you're able to see it. I could provide an image, but so going through the river the first time, my left hood just like dropped. It's happened to me before on a gravel ride, um, but I guess I have to keep tightening it. It just keeps dropping down, so that was like a little bit uncomfortable throughout the day. Just like having my hands kind of like this, like standing up was a little weird. Um, but yeah, bridge was luckily like not. We didn't actually have to dismount. They were saying that we would have to dismount, but we just they moved like the blockade of that was that was there when I rode the course last Wednesday. But so it was smooth through the bridge, and yeah, the water was. I was concerned a little bit about the water and it being 50 degrees. Like, will my toesies get cold? But they were fine. What I chose to wear, I think, was there were times when was thinking the base layer was too much, but basically just I shed the arm sleeves at I don't know, probably like an hour in. So it was 10 a.m. at that point. It was probably in the mid 50s, but like I was totally fine. I was getting a little warm in them, so I just knew whenever I was done with them, just on the road at a section that makes sense, take them off, and I put them under my jersey right here. But obviously wasn't able to take the base layer off if I wanted to, but it wasn't too hot towards the end. But so I think, oh yeah, so after the opening, 20 miles, I had that crazy moment of um, like slipping out and I don't know how I didn't fall. I do not know how I stayed up through that. Like I literally just like you can see my reaction. I'm like, holy shit. Um, and yeah, like I didn't even know. I didn't remember that I like had like unclipped to save it. But like you just don't even think about that when it's happening. But like that slowed me down a lot. Like I had to, break to save that, and definitely like gave a little effort. Just had to get back up because the group was moving at that point, and I had just like gone to the middle, where there were more rocks, and it was weird off camber, and I just started slipping, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I didn't go down. I was very happy not to go down there because that would have been 29 miles an hour. Not good. But yeah, after that, the next moment I would say was a key moment. And like between here and there, like throughout this point in the race, I would like just occasionally find myself on the front and um, just, I don't know, messing around, like pulling for no reason, I guess. Like I really shouldn't have because just being in the group was very easy. But I don't know. I was just chilling and no one wanted to pull, so I'd be like, I do it. Um, and so now we go through these, and I don't have film of this, but we go through these mounds of dirt, and I believe last year I saw they were able to just ride over these mounds of dirt that they had, but this year we all, and I think some guys this year rode over, but it didn't like last year. At least what I saw, it looked like it had been ridden over, like to wear it down a little bit. This looked like a fresh, like higher pile. Wasn't sure. I wasn't going to be the first guy to ride over. Matthew, I think I saw just like go send it over, obviously, and so I go around the first one. Yeah, I think I dismounted. Yeah, I dismounted on the first one. Um, so got like dropped a little bit in that through compared to the guys who stayed up, and then going around the second one, um, just like kind of just was had one foot unclipped going through and like just kind of went down like I wouldn't call it a crash, like just my bike like just went down. Going through that second mound, and so my Insta 360 hits the ground, and I'm like, so I pick it up, put it in my back pocket, and now the group is up there. Like I don't know what the gap was, but I imagine it was like a minute. They were a minute up the road at this point, and so didn't panic. I literally said to the first guy that I caught, I was like, "Don't worry, man. Like we're gonna get him." Or the guy who was next to me when I'm like remounting onto my bike. I was like, "We're gonna be fine, dude. We're gonna catch them." He did. Yeah, I don't think he ever did. But so I solo up to this like group of four that's I see in front of me. They got dropped through the section. I start rotating with them a little bit. We're catching this other group, but I probably do most of the work in getting myself to that next group. Now I'm rotating with these four guys who are also looking at the group just right away. So I work with that group for a little bit. I probably rested for like 30 seconds after getting to them. And then I just was like, I saw it as a moment. I was like, I don't know if the group is ever going to come back together or not. Like, this could be the last time I see the group. I don't know. So I was just kind of like, it's my responsibility to get myself up there. So I just soloed up to the group. I think I said like an 8-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute power best in that effort, just TTing up to them. So yeah, that was hard. But I could eventually, once they're getting close, you see you're catching them. There's good hills. Like you just once you get close enough, like the job is done. And I was very relieved when I caught them. But kind of unfortunate for me, like a minute later, one other guy comes up, and then a little bit after that, everyone comes up that was dropped. So kind of made me like, did I waste a bullet there? Yes, probably yes, but I didn't know. I didn't know that it was all going to come back. But so yeah, so then I take the Insta 360 out of my back pocket, and I'm like, well, I mean, like I'm chilling right now, like I'm gonna try and remount it, and I did. The issue with the mount today was the frame and gear one that I have was like it's like kind of a two-piece mount, like you can clearly see there's two pieces, and I guess the bolt on the side that was keeping it together was loose. So it was just like dropping and being angled down all day. So you constantly see me in the video like propping it up and bringing it back up. But yeah, so I got the Insta 360 working. I was like, okay, I'll record the rest of the race. So the group, like eventually, we get down to 10. I don't really know how it happened. Probably when I was in the front and everyone caught me. Like, I don't know, like, because there were guys that were in our group on this long paved road that I, like, soloed up to that now. All of a sudden, it's 10 guys with, like, 10 miles to go. We know we have one gravel road remaining, Little North Carolina, and then it was highway and tricky section in the end in. So we're on that section. It's 10 guys. There's no one behind us that we can see. So everyone's just like pretty much soft pedaling, sitting up, getting their fuel good, shaking their legs out. Thirsty. But so as soon as we turn onto Little North Carolina, Matthew and Abe attack. Like they're going. These two guys are rotating. They were doing a lot of work. I would say the top 4 guys that finished were doing a majority of the pulling, which is good. Makes sense. That's right. So yeah, Matthew and Abe up the road. I respond to it. Johnny responds to it, and it's just myself and Johnny chasing these two guys, and that was a very, very hard effort. Shout out to Johnny. We were rotating. We were working together. He him and I made it up. That's pretty much as soon as we caught them, I think, is when I lost the Insta360, because I remember getting us within we had them caught pretty much, and I was just like flicking my elbow like, Johnny, like, you finish the job. I got us here. And when I was following him, I just was following him, and then boom, he went around, snuck around a pothole I didn't see. Insta360 flies off. I'm like, well, that sucks. But I can't quite stop and grab that right now. So gotta finish this race and then worry about it. But so yeah, it's Johnny, myself, Abe, and Matthew now in the final grouping. We come back out onto 72, the highway road, and we're all rotating. We know this is the last 4. This is going to be the podium. And eventually Abe fell off of that, down to 3 guys. I'm sitting third wheel on them going through the railroad section, and they just took that turn really well, and I didn't have their wheel the rest of the way. I don't even know, that section is probably half a mile from the finish, because it's that turn and then you make a left and a right and you finish. But yeah, they just sent it through that turn, because it's just a tricky section. I knew about it. I knew it was railroad then turn. I followed Johnny's line, and just he's comes from a Crip background. He had a really good turn and then attacked, and I kind of I tried to sprint in and get up to Matthew, but just didn't have it. But I was just what, third is so sick, especially the way that it happened. I'm just so stoked about that result. First gravel race ever, and I'm just dictating, having something to do, with the pace of the race, because I'm pretty sure all 3 of us were under the course record, or whatever the KOM for the entire segment is. But yeah, we were moving all day. 22.5 on gravel is nuts. I normalized 290. I certainly wasted many a bullets, but still made the final group. So I think super, super good for my confidence. I loved it. It was such a great experience. And yeah, I'm pumped to race again. So back to training, and building off this. Yeah, only going to get stronger from something like that. So yeah.